What is up, guys? And today we are doing a VOD review and how to get your first win in the Solo Series Cash Cup. Right here, you can see I have a 5 kill win on my last game, and this really helped me climb the leaderboards. Let's get into it. Okay, guys. So in this tournament, I have been landing first order base. Right? Now this spot is very good, has a flag, which you really need in this update. Get your heals up, max mana, max everything, you know? Alright, let's take a look on how I win this off. At first order, you are going to be clicking a lot. So right here, what I do is I land down there, and I usually zip line up so I can get a beam. There's a mask here. I get a stinger. You can see I'm scouting out to make sure I don't get tagged. Alright. Now here fighting, right? See this kid out there? I missed that beam, but it's okay. I see he's shooting at another kid down there, so I know there's 2 kids here. I see this guy push up. I see him get hit for a lot, and his pickaxe out. That means he's out of match, and I have a free beam here. So after I get that kill, I try to get some different mechanics on this guy. But I'm just really trying to get MVP, like, out in the open. So I use my mask to my advantage, do a safe mask, and I try to find him. Now here, I will admit I could have been more protective, because if this was a better player, he would have shot me when he could have. So right here, I'm trying to find him. Again, I'm not being very protective, kind of just leaving myself open, which don't do, by the way. I spawn him, right? As soon as I spawn him, I place my floor so that way he can't get any opening damage on me, right? And I know this kid's low from the fight he just had, so I use that to my advantage. Now here, I do go for a side jump and I miss. I immediately covered my head because I know he's going to try and shoot me there. So now, I boxed up because I realized he's going to drop down. Now here, I got awareness checked and I did not know that he had this wall. And this was bad play by me. So basically, that was a very good peek right there. Let me just go back and watch that. It is a 50-50, but I know he has shotgun delay, so it's a free tag. And as soon as I shoot him, I reset so he can't get any counter. I shoot him, reset. Now what I do here, I know he's focused on breaking this ramp. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to side jump out while he's looking over here and get a free kill. And boom, just like that, I went off spawn. Okay, so this is where I'm about to be in endgame. So basically, what you want to do is, so this zone, the zone before this, I kind of based up. I think I'm around over here, but a bit. So what my strat here was to just, you know, not get any tags, so I'm not gonna get surge this game, and I don't really need a refresh right now. So yeah, just, you know, scouting out, making sure I'm not getting landed on or anything like that. Looking at this guy, just in case. I'm really just waiting for the zone to pull, you know? So, you know, I have good heals, good everything, except for, I guess, my pump. But really, I just don't need to risk getting shot, you know? So, this zone, this is a pretty good pull for me. I mean, kinda, not really. But, as you can see, this is the congested side, right here. So, I'm like about, here. Where, I'm like right here, yeah. So, what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna wait for, zone to just, you know, kind of pull a bit more. Alright, one thing I do here is I open my top. One thing I see a lot of people doing is they open their wall, which gets them beamed and even worse, killed in some of these situations. So just a reminder, always open your top floor. Alright. That's it. My orb. I could have reset here, but I didn't really need to. I take a pause. No, I don't. But yeah, I don't really need to take a pause here. I technically am in zone here, but I want to get further in just so I'm not on the congested side where everybody's rotating in. I get here, go above this kid, because I'm permanently pausing. And again, I have good mats, good heals. I don't really need to look for reflexes. There's been one. But one thing I noticed is if I didn't throw that extra orb, this kid and this kid would be fighting right next to me, and the chances are is I'd probably get keyed too, you know? So always like making sure you're somewhat centered zone is an amazing thing to do. You know, trying to see if I can get a kill, but refarming, all this stuff. Break that. Now one thing you can see me doing here is metal cones. When you edit it, it takes a long time for it to not become see-through anymore. So if kids see a freshly resetted cone, they sometimes like to spray it. But then again, wood, it's like too easily breakable. So I like to make cones just like that. So right here, you know, scouting out for where kids are, and you know, if I'm getting landed on, which for a second I thought I would. But yeah, I'm mainly just waiting for zone to go. Now I realize that this kid's under me, and I could try to look at him, but I end up don't. I think I do later. But yeah, so I'm just looking to see. Wait, where is it? So I'm looking to see who's behind me and where everybody is there. Here I'm looking at this kid. Here I see this kid's fighting. Alright, crack him. Now that's gonna get him building and not focus on me rotating. So what I do here, throw my orb pretty far, but I don't let it go forward, you know? That way I don't go too far in the zone. Here I just tarp in, got a good tarp. Here I still don't really need to look for refreshes, but it's getting kind of close. Just looking back on kids, seeing if I can get a free kill. Again, just learning where everybody is a very, very important part about endgames. If you don't know where anybody is, you know, it'd be a problem. Not gonna know if like some kids lurking or some kids boxed up, and then you just open your wall and get shot. So yeah, I'm just running. One thing I did here, as you can see me, is I do this thing. That if you don't want to open a wall, if you don't want to fully open a wall, you can always edit a wall and then reset it like I do here. So that way you can see through it without looking through. So that's what I do here. Maybe there. Go ahead. Again, I'm just waiting for the zone to pull. Down to my next rotor. Okay. So here, it kind of pulls pretty max for me, you know, because I'm about here, and I wait for this kid to get it. I see this kid going, so I know, okay, if this kid is going, I'm looking at his orb to see if he's safe, and I realize he's safe, okay? So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go now. Again, edit my top. So my orb doesn't go. So one thing I did do kind of wrong here was I didn't let my orb go far enough, right? So I was super high up in the air and someone got a free tag on me. And so another thing, when you're trying to do this, don't jump up, you know? Because jumping up, it gives people more time to spray you. So what I should have done here is I should have just slid down and then blocked off my back. So now, because of these mistakes, I'm getting sprayed. This kid cracked me. What you want to do here is heal up as soon as you can. I could have made more space. Now, I tried to do a little bit of a wrap, but still getting... I hear this kid looks at me, and I was one bullet away from death here, right? This was way too close of a call. And so what I do here is I switch to metal so it's harder for them to spray, and I immediately get some off for me. Right? I have to pop my ramen because and I rotate in, right? Or go again. Could have been lower, but I didn't get shot this time. Okay. So here is where I really need to start looking for a refresh. You know? I'm alright on math, but I have no heals on 135 HP. What I do here is I see kids fighting right there. So I'm like, okay, you better edit out. But he's just that's okay. I focus on my rotate, right? Box up, wood, but not much. Anything else? Well, I did, but I didn't have much. Alright, right here, I'm scouting for a refresh. I'm thinking about using an orb, but I don't, because I work out here. I could have, but instead I just try to do an orb. Now, take a bit of fall damage, but it's fine. From this tree, which gives me so now I'm on like emergency mode. I really need a refresh very bad. So here we're gonna have to play something pretty aggressive. But not too aggressive because you don't want to die. Here, I'm looking back on this kid because he has to rotate before me, right? So I'm looking back on him. I'm waiting for him to edit out, and I see him starting to play my kids. Right? As soon as I see that, I reset that so it's continue. As soon as I see that, I just focus on the rotating. So that way, you know, I get business. Here was not great. You know. See this kid in the zone? And this was a risky play. I was on 30 HP. I could have died here. But I went for the and got a decent refresh. Alright, now here. This is a bad peek by me, but you see this kid, good play, just not executed right. He goes to shoot me because he knows I'm popping fizz, so I'm low. But he has his pickaxe out, I catch him, and I double flank him. Right here, starting in. Alright, here I think it's a 2v1. Yeah, 2v1. I mean, 1v1. Again, just chilling up. You don't want to play too aggressive here. And I actually have pretty good mats, so I'm just, you know, waiting for him to make a play. Go for the damage. No, I'm just letting him do what he wants. And just playing with him. Now, one thing I saw him do was, if he needs to farm that tree, he's probably not great on mats. So I just start playing out on mats, you know? Thank you. drop things, I cover my walls. Boom. Again, almost died here, but it's because it's kind of my fault, kind of the revolver's fault. Almost killed him here. Still can't peek, but you know, don't get tunnel vision too hard. Still, alright, now I said to run out of mats, right? I know he's definitely really low on mats. So, 3 builds at this point. I pop a med, I think, here. Yeah. And here, I'm really just, you know, worried. I go back in zone because I know he's looking down at me to come out of there. So I go back in zone. I see him drop because he has, like, no build. And what I do is I sprint jump up because I know he doesn't think that I'm doing it. You see, he's looking over here. Yeah, I don't know why he shot there. But yeah, he thinks I'm over here. I sprint jump over his head, hit him with a revolver, and double kill. And that, guys, is how to win your first game in the solo series. So, thank you.